All right, I am ready. Finally, just now. There's so much stuff to set up. It's a good thing I love setting shit up. Okay. This game is set in a city called New Cammack, and you are being welcomed back to it. In the last session, the battle continued in the Sanctum of Death, one of the 4 self-proclaimed horsemen of the apocalypse who have come to New Cammack to contain the threat of a hunter named Francisco Palladian and the forces that he's building in order to stop their plan to destroy all vampires. The details of the Horseman's plan are scant, but they seem to involve a magic ritual whose influence is exponentially growing, and the use of Death's necromantic powers to help the Horsemen and their servants find the bodies of vampires that have fallen into torpor. Most ominously, rumors suggest that the Horseman Famine intends to absorb the power of all other vampires, as well as fulfill the Muslim prophecy of the Mahdi and become the undisputed ruler of this world. Meanwhile, in a stormwater drainage chamber below a residential neighborhood, Darby just got resurrected into the body of Thurgood and punched a hole through a bear's head, kind of killing it for the second time. Archibald dove into a pool of water chasing after Death and managed to wrap a belt around the jaws of the zombie alligator that was lying in wait. Meanwhile, the mummy-like person, assumed to be the Horseman Death, is at the bottom of this pool and is up against a set of iron bars that are blocking his escape through a large pipe. Darby and Archibald are both fighting the alligator in the pool, and Augustyn and Excavo have run up to the edge of this pool. It's very dark, as the only light source is in the previous room where an oil lamp is burning, but with Excavo's heightened senses, she can see strange movement coming from the corner of the pool, the bottom of the corner of the bottom / bottom of the corner of that pool where the dude is. Death appears to be disappearing into the pipe despite the iron bars being there. Excavo, could you give me a perception plus investigation roll, please?
I also have heightened senses. I feel discriminated against.
I forgot about that. Yeah, both of you can give me perception plus investigation rolls.
Those are my best stats, so it's going to be really good shit.
That's what Darby's known for.
He has an extra dot because of what he's gone through with Thurgood, though.
Well.
Don't worry, y'all. Don't worry, y'all. Darby's got this. Investigator extraordinaire.
I was like, I don't know what's going on. Je sais pas.
The bandage-wrapped figure is squirming and writhing up against the bars. His body seems to be strangely flexible, like all of his bones are made of rubber, and he is successfully squeezing his head through a 6-inch gap in the bars with the rest of his body following. And let's follow the initiative order that we had for.
Man, fuck. God damn it.
Same fight.
Wait, do you remember our initiative order?
Right?
Oh my god.
Got that shit written down.
What turn? Do we know what turn we were on, or we were at the end of the round when we finished?
We were at the end of the round, yes. So Wally has just gotten his snout belted shut and is furiously thrashing around and trying to tail slap Archibald in retaliation. Death is squeezing through the pipe. Excavo, what action do you declare?
I do declare.
I want this figure to stop trying to escape, and I want to convince them that everything is fine here.
Using what? How are you going to do that?
Are you thinking dominate?
Yeah.
Several things working against you. One, it's unknown if someone at the bottom of a 15-foot pool could hear you. Two,
At the bottom of the pool.
Two, its head is absolutely aiming away from you, so you would not be able to get the eye contact necessary for that.
But their brain, it's right there.
There are some versions of Dominate, I think like an Elder level of Dominate, where I think, or maybe if someone's fully bloodbound to you, you don't need eye contact to be able to issue
or if
commands.
you've like done it before, if you've successfully dominated them in the past, I remember you could do it again easier at later levels.
Oh.
Says here in the manual that level 4 dominate works underwater.
Oh, cool.
I'm sorry, what page number was that?
If only you had one more dot, Excavo. Aquatic domination.
Every good storyteller requires that page number from the manual.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you will not be able to use dominate against this character. You can certainly yell.
Okay.
You can yell something. Or you
Maybe
can
he's easily persuaded. You should try it.
Or you could try to physically stop this creature.
Can I just jump out and get him?
You can jump in the water.
I'm not very yeah.
Can you? I'm sorry, Graham. Can you remind me and everyone else in the audience, our many listeners and followers, what was happening precisely before we picked this up? Like, I know that Blake had been
riding on Wally's back.
Yeah, he had just fashioned his lasso. I was concerned, his saddle. I was concerned that was way too cool. I remember that. I was worried this maneuver that succeeded somehow was far too badass. And he did. He is successfully riding the alligator. I feel like I did something very dangerous to get into the water, and I don't remember precisely what that was.
So Thurgood was wearing Darby's chakram razor frisbee hat. And Darby dove headfirst into the water in a way that...
like Torpedo Ted or Tom or whatever his name is. Ted.
There was a lot of debate about that very thing.
Yeah.
And I believe there were two rolls, one to reach Wally and one to successfully cut Wally. And I believe you did not do damage to Wally. I forget if you missed him or if it was just all soaked or whatever.
Okay.
So wait, is Darby in the water or no?
Darby and Archibald
I'm
are
in
both
the water.
in the water.
And I just noticed the guy trying to escape.
Yes, that my last sentence was like, "Oh, we notice that they're trying to get away." I mean, can I hold my action until they come out of the water?
You can make like a conditional action, right? Like if you see something come out of the water, then I want to do XYZ.
Yeah, then I want to. I don't know. I'll help hold the. I don't want to kill them. I want to get information from this thing, if I can.
From the alligator?
Yeah.
Or
no, the person trying to get the mummified person trying to.
I see.
Slip away.
Yeah, they're not going to come back. They're getting out of here.
They're fleeing. Yeah.
Oh, so they're not going to come back.
You're staying on the edge of the water.
I'm assuming Darby's going after them. Yeah, that Darby's going after them somehow, some way, because I see him in the water. Okay,
so you're staying at the edge of the water, and if you get within range of that dude, you're going to grab that dude, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Augustyn, what are you doing? You were also at the edge of the water.
I probably grabbed some papyrus at some point, didn't I? I'm pretty sure
you did.
Oh, yeah.
You sure did.
That's your main priority.
Uh-oh.
Awesome. I'm going to move as swiftly as I can here. Unsure of what conditions papyrus grows in, I'm going to attempt to...
Where are you moving
Speed
to?
of Seasons Passing. Is that blink showing up?
Yep, yeah, it is.
Yeah. So you're moving. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to do my best to cast Speed of Seasons Passing and shoot some of that bamboo-like papyrus straight down to try and entangle the dead dude.
Ooh!
There you go.
Cool. Very cool.
Let's just assume that plant grows that way. For the sake of cool.
Uh-oh.
Or even if it doesn't, that you can compel it to grow that way. I dig it.
Logic be damned! Don't mind the voice cracking, sorry.
Awesome. Darby, what are you doing?
So the movement that you talked about, that was this guy trying to squirm through the pipes. The movement that we saw.
Yeah, the guy is now like halfway through the pipes.
Okay, so I would like to burn for celerity and swim as fast as I can toward the pipe grate. And then I would like to use my chakrams to scrape the this side of the grate. Like I'm trying to like spackle, you know, just like
guillotine the guy.
Yeah. So I see that this guy is essentially Play-Doh, and I want to just help separate the front and back of him.
He seems like a guy who could use help with that.
Shit. Okay, so I need to determine how much damage is necessary to bisect someone. I would say... I mean,
papyrus for sure grows in such a way to entangle someone, by the way. Giant papyrus is like stalk-like, sort of like thin. It's sort of, I don't know, it looks like a broom handle. You could absolutely wrap somebody up in it.
All right.
It can also be made to create a rudimentary paper.
Indeed.
Because there isn't a lot of precedent for bisecting someone. And that's typically like how you would describe it if someone just gets all their health destroyed in one attack. But I would like for this to be possible. So I'm gonna roll a d10 and say that this will succeed if you do minimum of 4 lethal or whatever this d10 comes up with, whichever's highest.
What'd you roll?
A 4.
Excellent. If I am unsuccessful in my bisection attempt, my hope from doing this was that the chakrams would now block him, like clang, prevent him from escaping. Like they're lodged in his body and
like
he
it's
can't.
Stuck.
Yeah. So even if I'm unable to bisect, I'm hoping to leave the chakrams in such a position as to slice him and prevent him from squeezing through. I'm using the 2 largest chakrams.
Moving to him, just given that you are swimming and it's not as simple as walking, I'm going to say moving to him will take 1 action, and then your second action will be to attack him.
Okay.
Archibald, you are next to Wally, and he is trying to tail slap you.
I was hoping to tame this guy, but I think that I have 0 points of animal ken, so I don't think that's going to work out very well. Are we still solidly underwater?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like a few feet.
All right, now that I have secured his
I also just want
mouth.
to mention that I call out as soon as I notice what he's doing, what he is doing. So Blake knows, Andy knows.
What does that sound like underwater? So everyone knows that now.
So I say,
I see
got
bubbles
it, got
come
it.
up onto the surface. I'm like, what is going on down there?
Yeah.
I assume the water's murky.
got it, Darby. Nah, they have a filter down here in the sewers.
I have a really important question, actually, with my perception successes from earlier. Are there any snakes in this water?
He is wearing a snake, kind of like a boa.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I have to make a check. Snakes are my phobia.
I was gonna make you make
no.
that check as soon as you came, like within striking distance of the snake. So that'll happen. I was gonna have that happen at the end of your turn.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
Darby knows about the snake.
I think it might be fair to say, and this is why I'm not suggesting the beginning of your turn, it might be fair to say that like Thurgood saw the snake on the dude, and then the dude left the room, and Thurgood turned into Darby, Darby might not be aware of the snake until he comes up and sees it. Like,
Okay.
while
Well, I
it's
just
active.
won those perception checks to like see the guy squeezing through the hole. So I was wondering if at that moment I would have noticed the
See the
snake.
snake.
And that's why I thought I might need to make my check now. Because if I'm like going in to attack, I would need to not be terrified of the snake.
Go ahead and give me another perception plus investigation roll.
Perception plus snake.
Difficulty 7.
Go ahead and do a snake roll.
Swing and a miss.
You don't notice the snake?
Okie doke.
Uh-oh.
Watch out for snakes!
References.
He left the road right here. Watch out for snakes.
Who said that?
So Archibald, what have you decided to do?
So I'm not scared of his tail because that seems like I don't think it can reach around and get me. I'm going to try and take sickle, come around, cut his soft underbelly. I want to dispatch this gator. I wanted to tame the gator and ride it towards the guy, but I don't think that's happening.
Okay.
Not with that attitude.
Not with 0
Yeah,
points
like,
in
you guys
animal
have fun in the
Ken.
water.
Plus,
No, I'm just going to try and
zombie.
slice him up. So I'm just doing
Okay.
an attack roll.
Yes. Dexterity plus melee. And you get to, since you're not burning for celerity, you get to add your celerity dots to that as well.
Cool. Wait, that's like 10 dice. Do I go first then?
That is 10 dice. Yes, you do go first. Jesus, 10 dice. You're going to fuck up this gator. Damn.
I got 7 successes with 2 10s.
Holy shit.
7 successes. God damn. So 6 of those are going to carry over to damage.
Oh my god. Hammer, don't hurt him.
Crap, you're gonna obliterate this thing. We can't get any info.
From the alligator?
Yeah, he's attacking
No,
the
from
big
the
gator.
person.
What? I'm attacking the alligator. Not
You're
the
that
guy.
tiny alligator. Okay.
Like,
Yeah, the other
I
guy's
can't
safe.
see in the water.
Or
I'm
you're
like,
just saying
oh,
he's going
no.
to be so mad his gator is dead that he's not going to tell us anything.
hey, Kimber, are you trying to interrogate her?
No. No. You get 1, and that was it.
I'm sorry, I do have another one coming up, and it's going to
Oh,
happen.
no.
Okay,
Like
that'll
a
be-
fine.
that's-
Fine,
that's
interrogate
fine.
you later, alligator.
Mhm.
So please roll strength plus potence plus 1 for because it's a knife plus 6 for your extra. So 7 plus strength plus potence for damage, which is going to be 7 plus 5. Roll 12 dice for lethal damage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Plus 7?
Yep.
Finally, I've found my skill set.
Gator killing.
5 successes.
5. That is respectable. Jesus.
Woo!
1 second. Let me do a quick soak check.
How much HP does this boy have?
How many corks can he soak? Is he a good cork soaker? Oh no, that's a pretty good roll.
Wow.
That's a pretty good roll.
So you whip out your sickle, and as Wally is contorting himself around to try to slap you real hard with his tail, you use his body movement and you kind of drag the sickle across his side as it's kind of writhing up toward you, and you feel the tip of it skid off of his skin, which feels like armor. The sickle does not make any purchase into Wally's flesh, and amazingly, Wally takes no damage.
Oh, even his soft underbelly?
Even his soft underbelly.
Sickle
Oh,
dodge.
no.
Soft underbelly.
Man, that was such a good roll that I did, too. How unfortunate.
It was kind of amazing that did not work out. Darby, with your first action, you run up on death, on the masked Mum-Ra looking person, and you are now right behind him, but your attack will be at the end of this round because it is your celerity action. Augustyn, please reposition your dude to be where you want it to be.
It's like, because it's on squares. I mean, just assume I'm like, generally sort of straddling the great thing you do. And, yeah, that's my positioning.
Just assume he's straddling the thing you do.
Speed to seasons passing is level 2?
I believe so. I believe that. Yes.
I think that's right. Give me a willpower roll, difficulty of 5, to activate your thaumaturgy.
Alrighty. That is not what I wanted to do, but I will add 5 more to it. All right.
You got 1 success. Actually, that's all you need. You only need 1 success on this particular roll.
Do not deny me my rolls, sir.
Still.
Well, got 1. All the others cancel out.
Second one doesn't. Yeah, whatever. Your thaumaturgy is activated. Now, I believe it is occult plus intelligence to activate speed of seasons passing.
In hindsight, you can deny me rolls. I take back the sass.
It looks like 2 successes on that.
Yar.
You thrust these plants into the water and do your gestures and incantations, which, of course, look and sound like what?
Except more wetter.
Yes, it is like you were trying to shit through your hands. Yes. With that magical force imparted into these plants, you see them suddenly sprout and wind their way down into the bars where they start to... It was only 2 successes, so it's not a very dramatic thing, but they are woven into the bars, and they are making the bars more crowded now. Wally attempts to attack Archibald.
And kills me instantly.
And misses Archibald entirely.
He's shook.
Due to the sickle attack.
I would say dramatically to the alligator. Alas, it appears we have reached an impasse. And then we will politely agree to go our separate ways.
And finally, Darby, your chakram attack is going to be dexterity plus melee.
Okay. I did not get any successes. Shite rolls.
Darby, please give me a courage roll. Standard difficulty.
Okay.
You have 5 dice for that.
I didn't succeed.
0 successes.
So I just rolled 12 dice and got 0 successes. Cool.
There's some weird curse on this session so far. Or the karma is going to be rebalanced and you're all going to roll 10s for the rest of the session.
Uh-huh.
You get close enough to death, you take a chakram off of your hat, and you're about to swing down and attempt to bisect or at least grip onto death with this weird Indian weapon. When at the last second you miss because you see a snake, the only thing that Darby fears, uncoiling around the figure's neck and turning to look at you as if to strike. It strikes fear into your heart, and you must now flee this snake for the remainder of the scene.
Okie doke.
Shit. That's brutal.
So the snake is now in play and is attempting to bite you if you do not get out of the way.
Lucky for me, I'm fleeing.
Yep. It seems like it has a range where, like, it can strike you if you don't move, but if you do move, you're probably in the clear. Wally is once again trying to tail slap Archibald. Death is trying to get all the way through the grates, and it's going to be more difficult because of the plants. And is Excavo still waiting on the edge of the pool?
I want to move to... how far can I go?
You can...
Like on one turn.
Where would you like to go?
So just go over here and be ready. I'm like, I can't see what's down there, but Gus is over here.
Yeah.
The action is over here. I'm going to be ready if something comes up.
Yeah.
You couldn't decipher the underwater gurgles?
I don't want to go under the water.
Okay, yeah.
What did you say?
You can move there.
You didn't comprehend the underwater gurgles of Darby? Everyone knows what's happening down there.
Turns out this whole time, Excavo also has a phobia.
I tried to tell y'all. Now it's just like screaming. More bubbles. So many more bubbles. Just terrified screams currently emanating from Darby.
I'm like, yeah, have fun swimming around in your poop water. I'm
Too good for the shit.
I'm ready for whatever comes up. I'm ready.
Augustyn, what are you doing?
I'm going to follow up with another thaumaturgical spell. It was going to be Dance of the Vines. I'm going to try and constrict the Doom guy, the Doom Rubber Man. Rubber Doom Man.
Rubber Doom Man of Doom.
Okay. Darby, what is your move?
I am fleeing as quickly as possible from this snake. I fucking hate snakes, and yeah, I'm running away. I'm wondering if I could leap like all the way out of the water, like in fear, like pushing my legs off the ground to leap out of the water and onto the railing, the walkway, so I could flee faster.
Yeah, you can definitely, like, you can swim up to the surface and get out.
I'd like it to be more of a jump, but sure.
There's something very Looney Tunes about that.
In your terror, let's say yes, you can, in fact, somehow jump off of the water that you were swimming
I'm
in.
on the bottom. I swam all the way to the bottom to chase after this guy. I thought
Okay.
my idea was I'd kick off the bottom of the pool, of the whatever sinkhole that we're in, and get to the surface.
And while he's doing it, he's spinning continually.
Either way, I'm running as fast as I can. I think I would reflexively burn for celerity for more actions of running.
I think running with celerity, you could entirely leave this map. I think without celerity, you can get onto the surface pretty easily.
I mean, I think I'm gone. Yeah, I'm gone. Like I'm out of the scene.
Okay, you would still have the option to engage with Wally or do other stuff. You just wouldn't be able to be anywhere where that snake could reach you.
Let me see the exact. I'd like to understand what failing a courage check entails, because I think I kind of just need to run away.
I'm looking it up right now, but I think the phrasing is something like you have to flee the object of your phobia for, I think, presumed to be for the rest of the scene. If you fail the roll, you must retreat from the object.
That's it?
Yep. It's kind of up to Darby how far he would retreat.
Yeah, I've just never had to play Darby scared before.
How about this? You can roll your courage dice, and that'll determine how far you have to retreat. 5 successes means just barely. 1 success or no successes means, you have to get just completely out of the scene.
All right. Okay, 3 successes.
That suggests that you don't have to completely leave the scene. You can just be somewhere else if you choose to be. So are you just jumping out of the water?
I think I'm jumping out of the water and I'm running back to the other room so I can't see the snake.
Okay.
Getting out of eye shot of the snake.
All right. So you are now hanging out once again with the corpse of Zombie Mama. Archibald, what are you trying?
Well, I think it's really funny that everybody has just been working around this giant alligator. But this is a me problem. But
you could also try just ignoring it.
Right.
Wrapping up its mouth really took the bite out of it.
True. But it still has lots of ramming power. So I am going to try the same roll again, but I want to say something to it first. So I'm going to like lean in next to its weird alligator ear hole.
You gotta do it like you're underwater.
So first
It's
I'm just
high
gonna.
tide. Oh.
Oh wait, I'm gonna do that in a second. But first, I want you guys to know exactly what I'm saying. I'm gonna lean up to it and say, "Listen, Augustyn has that bear thing, and Thurgood has his muskrat, and Excavo has her cell phone. So before we end this, I just have to know, do you want to be my new best friend? There's a vacancy." And then if the answer is no, I am going to slice it open again.
Somehow able to understand what you were communicating to it with its one not yet decomposed eye. Zombie Wally turns to you and lunges as if he would be trying to bite your head off if his mouth were not restrained by your belt.
You know what? Then let me tell you this, Graham. There's not very much difference between lunging as if to bite my head off and a tender, sweet kiss.
Well, I was going to say a hug, but
When you're an alligator, those things are very similar, actually.
I have an important inquiry.
Yes.
Thurgood's pet squirrel thing.
Yeah, I've called it a muskrat.
You were only underwater for like 1 or 2 turns. I don't think it's drowned. I think there's enough oxygen inside the hat that you put him in for at least a couple turns.
It's functionally a scuba suit.
Okay, I just had to make sure that I didn't that I didn't now have a dead rodent rattling around in my hat, because I feel like I would notice that.
Darby does kind of have a penchant for murdering mammals, though.
It's true. It's his specialty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Sorry, I had to clarify the status of my poor sweet squirrel.
You feel it panicking inside your hat and kind of trying to burrow through your head, but ineffectively. It's not doing any damage.
Great.
Okay, anyway, since my advances were rejected, as usual, and I have been personally betrayed, I am going to do another attack roll in the same fashion as before.
If you want to do a called shot, which I think is kind of what you were trying to do before, if you want to increase the difficulty of the 2-hit roll to 7, you can hit him in a place where he's more vulnerable, and he will have fewer soak dice.
Yeah, I was trying to get the precise spot there, so that is what I will do.
Okay, so soft underbelly, is that what you said?
Yeah. The vulnerable part of the alligator.
And not burning for celerity?
No.
Okay, so give me a dexterity plus melee plus celerity roll, difficulty 7, to slice open Wally's belly. I see 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now for damage, give me strength plus potence plus 2. Ugh.
Great.
I see no
Cool.
successes.
Cool.
I know that feel, my guy.
Wow.
Could somebody maybe help out with this?
So once again, you swing your sickle, and it just skids off of Wally's skin ineffectively. Darby flees into the other room. Everyone sees... I don't imagine people are aware of Darby's phobia. They just see Darby engaging with death and then suddenly running away in a way that you have never seen him do, unless if he's running towards something that he was trying to kill.
I
So
think
it's
I would
probably-
just assume that he's Thurgood again now.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah, he's gone soft
I think
again.
Darby would be swearing about snakes. Like, oh shit, there's a snake, snakes, no, fuck. So I feel like
Would
you
this
guys
have
would
been
all
something he
know
would
what
tell
was
us?
going on. No,
Would this-
but you
yeah.
now,
So you never
you
would
are
tell us.
now aware about Darby's thing for snakes. And because he is telling everybody about, there's a fucking snake in there, he's got a snake. Ah, shit.
They say, tout amusant dans la mer de merde. It's all fun in the sea of shit.
Is it?
How do you say snake in French? Because that shit ain't fun at all.
Oh, shoot, I forget.
Un snake.
So Augustyn and Excavo are aware that Darby is perturbed by a snake. Archibald might
Serpent.
not know about that.
Serpent.
Augustyn, give me a willpower roll difficulty of 6 to activate your thaumaturgy.
Shazam. Came prepared. Yeah, I did the thing.
Thaumaturgy active.
Give me occult plus intelligence, please.
Absolutely.
And every success is one turn that that you get to control the plant. Shit! 6 successes.
You stole all of our successes.
That's where they went.
And put them to proper use, my good man.
So in this first turn, what are the plants doing?
They're trying to just, like, wrap up the dude and, like, the same way he's trying to push himself through it, I'm just trying to create, like, a knot of fleshy metal planty pasta.
And Excavo is staying put, is that right?
You now just saw Darby run by you as fast as possible and indicate that there was, in fact, a snake down there. So that may change your plans.
This is your time to shine, perhaps. Your time to
What,
prove
the
that
snake?
you are, in fact, tougher than Darby.
See, I only half believe that, but I would probably get out my gun and...
So I get out my gun.
Has this alligator popped up above the surface?
No, the
That shoot it?
the alligator's like a few feet below the surface.
Okay.
You can try to. I'm going to say you can shoot it, but the damage roll is going to be at
If
like.
I might shoot Archibald if I do that.
And bullets aren't good
Yeah, no.
underwater. And I feel like
Well, no.
you would be able to see lots of splashing, but not much else.
I would only attempt if it were coming up above the
Yeah.
water.
Not
Wait,
coming
you-
up above the water. You can still try to shoot, but there'll be a high difficulty for the damage roll.
Don't you have, like, any reasonably high amperage electronics on you?
Not on her person. Not for electrocuting
Okay.
folks.
Oh,
No.
Also,
Get out of my
I wouldn't be able to
brain,
send a
Dungeon
shockwave
Master.
through the water and electrocute everybody.
I don't think it would work very effectively either. Can you
This water is
electrocute?
filled with shit.
Because we're all dead.
We
So you
are-
wouldn't be able
yeah,
to stop
all
our
technically
hearts
dead.
with
I think
electrocution.
electricity does aggravated damage, doesn't it?
It does lethal damage, but in some circumstances, it turns into aggravated damage because it's effectively burning a vampire. Yeah, that's what happened to Randy when he got set on fire. So are you shooting or are you just hanging out? Are you going to dive into
I'm
the
not
water?
really sure what else I can do.
You can dive into the
I
water
don't-
and start fighting.
I don't want to go in the water though.
You don't have to. You can chase after Darby and convince him to rejoin the fight.
I don't know if he'd listen to me, but
You do have a
it's
power.
because like
that makes
I'm
you
not going
very-
in there.
You have a power that makes you very convincing.
I mean, does that work?
Oh my
against
God.
his fear?
You could.
Yeah.
I mean, if you dominate him, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I didn't know if that would work. So I would come back in here then and talk to him because I don't want to get in the water.
Okay, so you're running back after Darby. Are you going to...
I want to convince him to get back in there. That snakes are they're like shoestrings. They're no big deal.
Okay, so let's say on your turn, you reach Darby and the two of you have a conversation, and you'll have
Very quickly.
You'll have a dominate roll. You can attempt to dominate Darby.
Do I get any advantage because he's kind of vulnerable right now?
I think a disadvantage because I'm trying to build a barricade against snakes.
Or disadvantage because irrational fear.
Darby is attempting to fashion that like wooden desk into a makeshift barricade against the snake.
What do you say? You run up to Darby after hearing them screaming about snakes. You run up. You. What is the conversation that happens between you two?
I see this barricade here, and I don't know if there's like a piece that obviously would just pull the whole thing down.
I haven't actually gotten to start doing. I haven't gotten to start doing that yet. Like that's my next action. So I'm probably just like frantically in there, like looking around for something to do. Like, oh man, fucking snakes! Like,
Guess get the thing. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Did you see that fucking snake? It was huge. It wanted to bite me.
No.
I barely got away. Well, how are you asking me?
What snake are you talking about? I didn't see any snake.
Huge fucking snake. It was long and it had mean eyes. Like it wanted my soul. And my soul's been through some shit. All right, like it's fragile. Plus, like they're all bendy. And they eat you whole. Like you can. How can you fight that? They swallow your whole body and digest you. So anyway, we have to.
I doubt the snake was this size. I doubt this was this size. And in any case, is that it? Is that all you're scared of?
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
I mean, that's the thing I'm scared of because it's fucking scary. Are you stupid? Like. That snake is terrifying, and if you don't recognize
You're scared of a little snake? What are you saying here?
Okay, lady. Listen, if you're brave like that, why don't you go show me? Why don't you go show me what that snake is like? You go fight it. I'll never see you again. It's gonna swallow you whole. But okay, sure. You tell me about how you're brave.
So the idea here is, I want to find something that I can make him think is a snake that I'm holding. Like, maybe take off his shoelace and convince him that it's a snake and be like, it's not a big deal. Look, it's fine. Look, I wrapped it around. It's not hurting me at all.
Why?
This might be literally the worst.
I'm going to convince you it's not a big deal. Or
this is such a bad plan.
Can I convince him that it was just like a scarf, that it wasn't a snake?
I don't think you have enough dominate to rewrite my memories. All you can do is
she has
tell me
forgetful
what
mind.
to do.
I have forgetful
so
mind.
Sure, you could try to convince me that it wasn't a snake at all. That
yeah,
I was
it's dark
seeing
down
things.
there. That water's full of melt. It's dark. You don't know what you saw. Even if it were a snake, it's fine. But I doubt it was a snake, though.
You're trying to tell me that I did not see a snake? It was.
Can I real quick jump in here with some table talk? Did you just say that Excavo has like a thing where it's like she can erase memories?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince him that he didn't see a snake.
Wait,
like,
no. Excavo, go one level deeper. Erase his fear of snakes.
Can I do that?
Can that be done?
I don't know if I can cancel
phobias
out
are
one of
related
his
to some like
faults.
You wanted to
trauma,
go back
right?
and erase my original inciting trauma.
That's what I'm saying. Go back.
Is this one
Go
of his
back to the
flaws that he
beginning.
has a fear of snakes? Is that what this is?
That is one of my flaws.
So I would be erasing one of his flaws. Is that?
Yeah, I don't think a level 3 power can just delete people's flaws, but I'm going to say that you can convince him that he was mistaken that there was a snake back there, and this whole area is actually snake-free.
He wasn't mistaken. He was missnaken.
Oh my god.
I know where snakes can go. Trust me, the snakes are not allowed here.
By the way, we totally skipped past how Darby could have used Mama's corpse to make a barricade.
Oh my god.
Couldn't let that go. I had to bring that back up. Excavo, please give me a wits plus subterfuge roll, difficulty of 5.
And I would look at her and make eye contact. We were talking, so I don't think there's any.
There was no snake there. I said to you, there is no snake.
2 successes. What do I roll in defense?
there's no defense, but the difficulty is set by your current willpower rating. So that kind of, your willpower kind of is your defense. So with 2 successes, you may remove, but not alter, some memory of his permanently, such as the memory of what he saw when he looked in Death's direction.
You did not see a snake. It was not a snake.
Darby now is very confused why he was running scared, because he doesn't actually remember seeing a snake.
Yeah, but there's a big crisis in the other room, and we need your help.
Oh, yeah. I was in there, and...
Yes.
Wait. Why did I come back in here?
I don't know.
What were we just talking about?
I don't really know. You just decided to come in here. That's why I came to follow you. I don't know why you came in here. But you need to be back out there. So let's go.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Ooh. There's an alligator in there. He's not afraid of those.
Hang on a second. He takes his hat off and gets his... Was there a snake in there? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Yeah, okay, so I guess I
no, snakes
I
are not
turn around
the squirrel shrugs.
I slowly walk back into the other room and try to survey the situation. I'm walking around like a stoner who can't find the remote control. I'm just like, I just had it. Like, what? And I'm like, looking in the room, and I see the alligator, and I okay, I remember him, right? And Augustyn, yeah, okay, he's doing plant shit. And then,
when you look into the corner, you can't see through the bars very easily at all without like a tremendous deliberate effort, because of the plants that Augustyn has grown over the bars, which themselves do look kind of snake-like, but are clearly plants.
Okay. So I get a little shudder looking at the plants, and I'm like, oh, did I just get freaked out by plants?
I don't know.
That is embarrassing. I hate plants. I hate Augustyn as well. So I can see why I would be upset by that. I'm just having. Was Thurgood back? Was that motherfucker?
No.
Did you see Thurgood?
No. There's a crisis. No. We don't do that. No.
I spare one more angry look at Mama Bear's corpse, like fuck you, Thurgood, and then and then I turn around and I dive back into the water, and
it's just the plants. As he dives in, it's just plants.
No, at this point, I'm not. I don't really. Feel like Augustyn's got the plant situation under control. Like, I don't really see any crisis over there. So I'm going to try to put the finishing touches on our friend Wally, and I am.
Let's save that for the next round, which is going to start real soon. So you're like up at the edge of the pool. Yep. So Death is trying to squiggle through the bars, and he's now fighting with these animated papyrus plants. Death is going to roll 2 dice to do that, and Augustyn, for the plants, please roll 3 dice, which I believe is half of your permanent willpower, which is the dexterity or strength of the plants.
Not to shoot myself in the foot, but it looks like strength and dexterity equal to the character's current willpower rounded down. So I'd only be rolling 2 dice.
Oh, it'd actually be 2. Well,
yeah.
Actually, not necessary, because Death botched his roll to squiggle through the bars. He is trying to get through and just absolutely fails and looks a little more stuck than he was before. And Wally is attempting to attack Archibald with his tail. 2 successes. Growing ever angrier, Wally contorts himself around and manages to actually smack Archibald in the head. Kind of lightly. You are underwater. That kind of dulls all these attempts to, punch and slap and whatnot. There's one level of bashing damage going Archibald's way. Please roll to soak that. That is going to be your stamina plus fortitude you have now. Please roll 3 dice. And you easily soak that damage. Wally's tail bounces off of your head.
Swatted away like a little fly. I've met my perfect match. We're too evenly matched. Me and an alligator doing the Spider-Man meme where we're pointing at each other.
Next up, Zombie Wally is getting visibly frustrated by...
So Archibald is also getting visibly frustrated.
Just kind of nothing is happening. So you see Wally seem to kind of disregard you and start swimming toward the edge of the pool like it's going to try to get out in the direction of going into the other room. Death is once again trying really hard to squiggle his way through those bars. Excavo, what are you doing now that you've successfully turned Darby back into a fighter?
So I've run back into here, and I'm going to hope for the best and make sure he doesn't run away again.
You're just like minding me?
Yes.
You're minding me. Darby loves that.
And Augustyn, are you doing kind of the same thing? Just commanding the... Actually, I think that...
The vines are self-sustaining, correct?
Yeah, you can issue a command and they'll keep doing that. So you can do something independent of what the vines are doing.
I mean, I got my Tontos. I think at this point, I'm going to succeed where Darby had failed, and I'm going to dual-wield spackleding this fucking rubber doom guy.
Good luck. You seem to have stolen all the rolls.
I mean, now my sass is showing again. I feel like I just kicked my karma in the nards.
So you're diving in and stabbing the guy.
Stabbing
basically,
the sweet, frenzied bejesus out of him. Yeah.
Basically in the ass. It's like he's like halfway through, so you have access to like ass and legs.
Ass and legs. Ass and legs. Ass and legs.
Darby, what are you doing?
Bitches. Darby is patiently waiting for Wally to get close enough. And the moment that Wally pokes any part of his body above the water, he is going to get... I had originally planned to shoot him in the face. But now I'm thinking it would be funnier to Mario stomp on his head as if he were a Goomba. So I want to like bonk him on the head with my feet.
Okay. Not burning for celerity.
Better than running away to me.
Not burning for celerity this time. I'm only doing one thing.
Also not burning for potence.
If I were to burn for potence, that means I like automatically win a challenge or something. How does that work?
If you spend 1 blood, all of your potence dice turn into automatic strength successes instead of just adding to your strength roll.
That's pretty great, but I'm due. So I don't need that shit.
Archibald, since your erstwhile pet prospect seems to be abandoning you, and you're left alone in the middle of this lonely, confusing, underground stormwater chamber, what do you find yourself doing? What are your motivations now?
Have you ever seen The Graduate? You know that scene where he's just kind of floating in the pool, having an existential crisis, just kind of floating on his back and looking up.
Oh, no.
The sky. No, I'm just...
I was about to say, do I need to convince you to get back in there?
Our whole party is having like a meltdown today. It's like total.
I have to be like the mental crisis person over here.
To be fair, I think my character has been having an existential crisis since like episode 1, but...
True.
Since birth.
Okay, no, I'm actually pumped because if he's leaving to go the other way. The whole reason I fought the alligator was because he was standing in between me and going after death, which has been my like sole mission the whole time. I want revenge. So as he goes around, I'd like to kind of kick off the gator and like celerity my way down there and try to, I think, do my original goal, which my original goal when I started chasing him was I wanted to get the snake first. Is the snake already through the gate?
The snake is through the bars, but there's like a 6-inch gap, so you can reach through the bars and you can attack the snake.
Yeah, I'm
You thinking it's like a Horcrux? Smart.
I think the snake is more important than one would think, and also I feel like in the few seconds that I've just been like locked in a dead heat with this snake, or these 2 full sessions that I've been locked in a dead heat with this snake, gator, I feel like I would have noticed Darby's whole going in and then freaking out and leaving and seeing that the snake was also an impediment to you specifically. Mm-hmm. So I think that's another reason for me to want to get that guy.
All right, so you burn for celerity, and you spend your first turn getting over to where Death and the snake are. Cool. And your second turn is going to be at the end of this round.
Does that take away one of my blood?
Yes, it does.
Cool.
Darby is holding his action until Wally moves and surfaces.
That's correct. Gets within like target range of a stomp. Stop!
Augustyn dives into the water, manages to end up right beside Archibald.
Ooh, if I may add, I do make it a point to gingerly deposit the bear cub on the shore of this shit pool.
I thought the bear cub was in the other room.
If he is, then even better.
I think he picked up the bear cub.
Oh, okay.
Bear cub was in the other room.
Oh, he didn't leave it alone with the corpse of its mother.
I think Augustyn picked up the bear cub and to comfort it.
Well, that's just good parenting.
Checks out.
Yes, honestly. I have certainly deposited it on the shore. Oh my god.
So, stabby, we need a roll that is dexterity plus melee, and that's going to be 3 dice.
Yeah, just how I like it. Low probability.
More likely than not. And look at there, you got 2 successes. Now your damage is going to be strength plus 1, so roll, once again, 3 dice.
Oh.
No successes.
No.
For that.
At least it wasn't at least it wasn't the hit dice that I did that on.
Correct. That would have been much worse.
You bring your Tonto down and you feel it making connection with and sinking into part of his clothes. Not his actual body.
His ensemble might never be the same.
You have ruined his outfit.
Excavo, you see what Darby is doing, and you perhaps remark on it.
Darby, what are you doing?
I'm gonna jump on its head. Hang on.
Oh,
I got this.
Can I make you forget that you know that move? Are you sure?
Augustyn, please roll 3 dice for me.
I got this.
There is a physical and mental crisis happening here.
I'm targeting it. Hang on.
3.
Your papyrus plant, ordered to keep death in place, is doing so handily. The vines constrict even tighter around death, and death isn't going anywhere. There's obviously a fight that's happening between him and the vines. It's not guaranteed that they will be able to continue holding him, but for the moment, vines are keeping him in place. He would have been gone by now if it weren't for that papyrus, which I don't think is a vine, but we're just used to saying that word. because that's what the power is named. Dance of Vines. Wally surfaces, oblivious to the presence of Darby, and Darby's attack is going to be to successfully aim and time the strike. That's going to be dexterity plus brawl. 2 successes. So 1 carries over. Please roll strength plus potence plus 1. That is going to be 8 dice.
3 successes.
Real quick. Let's see what's soaked. As soon as this alligator's head surfaces and lands on the edge of this pool, you rear up and you slam a boot down. I assume he wears boots. Actually, I don't know what kind of shoes Thurgood.
No, they're probably like Doc Martens.
Penny loafers.
Crocs. You slam a foot.
You slam a croc.
That's why the
on the
alligator's
croc.
pissed.
Oh, God damn it.
I thought you were doing that. That was accidental?
Yes. 100%. All of my puns are just in hindsight, except for the barricade one. You slam a foot down on top of the creature's head, and you feel how solid it is. Like millions of years of evolution decided it was already perfected long ago. It's very resistant to stomping because, back in the day, T-Rexes would stomp on.
Classic
famously
stompers.
In video games. Alligators are there on the surface of water to jump
They are,
on.
to be stomped upon. That's where I got the idea.
And where would they be if they died as soon as you stomped on them? You stomp on its head, and its only reaction is to slowly roll its one glassy eye up to make eye contact with you, like it is marking you for death.
Darby has the grace to look at least a little embarrassed.
I'm gonna shoot.
Oh, like stomping was not the call. And he gives one raised eyebrow of acknowledgement to to Excavo. Just okay, all right, maybe not stomping. Fair.
I'm getting out my weapon. I'm gonna shoot it. On my turn.
Archibald, give us a dexterity plus melee roll to hit this snake. I'm going to say difficulty 7 because you're kind of constrained physically a little bit.
That could have been better.
That's
one success.
One success. That's enough to do damage. Now, for your damage, please roll. Please roll strength plus potence plus 1. 2 successes. You, with your celerity, swim up super fast to the bars, completely ignore death. You grab one of the bars to give you like a handhold. You take your sickle, you slide it through the bars, and you hack in the direction of the snake that's just barely within reach. And after a moment, you see its severed head floating up and away.
Ooh.
And I say, "See you later, alligator." and then mutter, "I was saving that for the other guy, but I still wanted to. I didn't want it to go to waste."
Take a win and you can get it.
I've been waiting to use, "Oh, for fuck's snakes."
That's pretty good.
I don't know if it is.
I like it.
So, Death is once again trying like hell to squiggle his way out of these bars, continuing to do that, and he seems to be doing something to muster up even more strength. I don't know what that would look like visually, but you detect that he's doing something different.
An extreme amount of gurgling.
It's like in a boss battle, they go to the next stage.
Like before he was just casually trying to swim through it, and now because there's all this commotion and 2 people stabbing near him, it's become frantic, and he's...
Also, I killed his best friend like he killed mine.
Uh-huh.
This is true. You have not yet detected that Death is aware of what just happened, because you hacked at a snake that was kind of draped behind him on his shoulders. Yeah. So Death is doing that. Excavo is shooting zombie Wally.
I'm gonna shoot the alligator. Yeah, because his head's out.
Augustyn, you are continuing to try to stab at Death. Is that right?
I'm trying to think. So you said his ass is available to me, right?
Not say it
I'm sorry, what?
I don't think I phrased it that way, but...
Can you not?
There's no way that you did.
Can you
not? But for, like, all intents and purposes, were I to need access to his ass, it's available to me?
I mean, just...
Stop it!
It's on the market.
Oh, boy.
Stop it.
I'm going to spend my turn equipping my fist with seeds, and if the availability is...
Don't do that!
open,
Don't do that! Do not do that!
It was...
I'm sorry for anybody watching this with children.
It was all coming to this whole time.
It's all coming up butts and...
31 sessions of build-up just for this moment. Any specific seeds that you're going to try to plant in his personal compost bin?
I know I've got Deadly Nightshade, but I think that has to be ingested. I've got tomatoes. I've got...
I mean, you're in the digestive tract in
It's a form of ingestion.
Direction.
I mean, it is viney. Yeah, I'm going to go with some Deadly Nightshade.
Just to put a bunch in there.
There's a bunch of seeds in there?
That is my action.
In his butt.
Yep.
Wow, okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Can I convince him not to do that?
So you reach down with 5 fingers to get as much seed as you can.
And I'm attempting to fist Death.
And now you're going to put your seed in his butt. Am I following?
This is correct. That's why the ass needed to be, and I quote, available to him.
Okay.
I mean,
I think we now have to have a parental warning on our YouTube channel.
If there were any way that this could be monetized, it would be getting demonetized now.
Yes.
Money
is done.
That's going to be my action, and as soon as I'm able, I'm going to be casting Speed of Seasons Growth on it.
Gotcha.
You're giving him some actions, all right.
Woo! So Darby, you just stomped on zombie Wally's head to no effect. What do you do now?
Do you get out of my way? Because I'm waving a gun.
Man.
Hi.
My instinct is to lean so much farther into trying to wrestle with this alligator, even though I know it is not going to work. I feel like Darby would elbow drop. You know, like it's not gonna help. God damn it, but he would do it. He would do it. I know what he would do, and that's what he would do. So
I gotta have good aim here.
He's coming in just with the people's elbow, just bringing it down. Oh, scourge of jabronis everywhere.
I'm coming here with the people's bullet.
Yeah, I think he's too stubborn. He's going in for the flying elbow.
Okay.
more bashing damage to a fucking gigantic alligator. So gonna go.
Graham, why'd you have to make this fight so funny? Why did I'm in a farce.
I did not intend to make this alligator unkillable, but it hasn't taken a single point of damage yet. This is just a standard...
We're trying so hard.
Soaking with like 7 dice. I mean, that's pretty good.
He is soaking wet.
I did fight this guy for the entire last session.
And he's undamaged.
Half
We're
of
trying
this
so
one.
hard.
Okay, Archibald.
Insta-kill the snake.
You just successfully decapitated a snake. Now you have one or possibly two actions that you can take against Death or Augustyn if you find what he is doing to be offensive. Both are in range.
That battle already took place recently. If anything, I'm going to help Augustyn.
Also, it
Interesting.
is perhaps noteworthy that you could perhaps do something with the bars. You could bend the bars, pull them off of the wall. They are something that can be interacted with, potentially. But it would take tremendous strength. But that is a thing that you should be aware of.
I do have tremendous strength. I am very powerful. But I think since Augustyn's already doing his action, what I'm going to do is, while that's happening, I am going to just reach through a couple of the gaps. I'm going to grab this dude wherever I can grab hold of him. And as he's trying to wiggle through the bars, I am just grabbing him and pulling him as hard as I can backwards to try and just rip him back onto the other side.
Are you grabbing one of his legs that are on your side of the bars and yanking?
I think you said he's all weird and elastic and rubbery, right?
Yes, he is. It's very strange.
I was thinking just grab whatever part of him I can and just stretch it almost the other way through different bar holes.
So he would be looped into and then back out of the bars if you're successful?
Uh-huh. So, A, to keep him there so that Augustyn can horribly torture him, and B, that way, even if he manages to get through, he'll essentially be knotted up and just, trapped on this thing.
So, let's say you have access to an arm. You're going to grab an arm and try to pull it through the bars toward you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, has he been trying to go through one specific hole in the bars?
Yeah, he's going through one specific hole.
Okay.
Which is...
Yeah, I'm still doing what I'm doing.
Okay.
In the event that Augustyn's thing does not work or whatever, my idea is that I will basically just be able to, grab him and, tie him off. I could tie him to his own legs, essentially, and just, somehow trap him forever on the bars. If he is, in fact, weird and stretchy and rubbery.
So you go first. That sounds like... I'll call that, strength plus brawl.
Do I get potence in there?
Yes. If you're not... you get to add your potence dice. Is that 2 successes?
Yeah.
And Death is resisting you.
This is going to be Augustyn and my ultimate combo. Oh no.
Death actually manages to evade your grasp. You get a hold of the arm, but you feel the arm ripped out of your grasp.
Okay.
Darby. Man, yes. Okay. Elbow drop. That would be, I think, dexterity plus brawl. Because it's essentially a punch.
It's like a punch.
Similar, but a little different.
2 successes.
And for damage, it's going to be 1 plus strength plus potence.
Hey, there we go.
It's 4 successes.
Yay! All right, see what it soaks.
You do 3 bashing. So, how does this play out? Does Darby yell something as this is happening?
I don't think so. I think he looks down. There's a comical moment where his stomp does nothing, and he's just okay, yeah, shit. And rather, he's almost looking at his gun, and rather than make the responsible choice, he leans into being Darby. It's he's becoming more himself. Stiff arms Thurgood's instincts out of the way, and just like, hell nah, and boom, eat this, and just drops down. And now he's like in the shit with the gator. Does not intend to stand back up. He's down there wrestling and punching and grabbing and killing. And so, yeah, he's just rolling around like a pig in shit with this gator.
So wait, now the gator's back underwater?
Nope.
Nope.
The gator is like
at the edge of the water.
Just you.
Yep, is like halfway
I'm not in the
up.
water.
Okay.
So
I'm on the ground.
Your elbow connects with its skull, and this time you hear an audible crack, and it dents a little bit. And yeah, you have done damage. The first damage to zombie Wally.
Holly jolly, be more like Dolly. Fuck
Ooh,
zombie
I like
Wally.
I love that.
I like how my literal, just like using a blade on its weak spot didn't work, but that did.
That's right. Well, I think it's quite clear now that this gator is a jabroni. And so what I have wielded against him is his secret weakness. And he now smells what we're cooking.
Perhaps Zombie Wally respects kayfabe. He is somehow the reincarnation of a professional wrestler. And as long as the attack is theatrical enough, he will help sell the hit.
Ha ha!
That's why my like flinging my belt around him worked. It was
Exactly.
theatricality the whole time.
That was more theatrical than stabbing someone.
And you went in with the yeah, that's like the "Are you not entertained?" You know, it's too right to the point. He's not playing along with that. We're starting to get into the psychology of Wally, and I think ultimately, isn't that what this episode is all about?
We still need to come up
How
with a
does
title
the
of this
dead
episode.
alligator
That will be
think
that's
about things?
clearly the title of it now.
I think something about is his ass available to me should be the actual.
Yeah, that is hard to beat.
Jesus.
What the fuck is your background?
That's what you need, girl.
Tomato God.
Oh God!
I
What?
don't know. I don't know.
That's
got a
Augustyn's
tomato
image of
head.
himself. So, Augustyn, I'm not going to make you roll for getting your hand in the butthole of Death, the Horseman of the Apocalypse. As you get closer,
those dice after you.
not
Oh,
only.
I thought he was like having the plants grow from his. That's awful.
You are putting your hand in his butt, right?
Yes, I am depositing the seeds in his butt before growing them.
Like a gentleman. So not only is the butt like kind of fixed in place right in front of you for the moment, but you get close and you see that Death goes commando. He wears robes and whatnot, but no mummy underwear. So I'm not going to make you roll for...
It's not like wrapped up or anything.
Not his butt. It's kind of like...
It's like everything except.
Imagine like a mummy kilt kind of situation.
You found the weakness.
His weak point.
You need to keep.
Oh, my only weakness! My butthole! I'm going to take a gander in there like it's flashing red, like it's really obviously what you're supposed to aim at. So give me a thaumaturgy activation roll. That is going to be your willpower, permanent willpower dice, difficulty of 5.
There was a moment when we first saw the creature where the game paused and there was a big circle around its ass.
That's right.
And then resume play.
It's weird. Every time I
successes.
press the targeting button, it zooms right in on his butt.
I know.
Give me...
I like how, like, just 2 sessions ago, this was, like, the most cool and intimidating-looking dude we have encountered so far. Now look what we're
that's
doing to
still
this
true,
poor
but-
man.
Now you're
That's
committing
maybe
Degrading
why.
this poor mummy.
some sort of sexual assault. Give me an occult plus
You're gonna make
intelligence
him-
roll.
You're gonna make this boy ask for his mummy.
1, 2 successes.
2 successes. That is enough.
It's enough.
So with
This happened.
a
It's in our
handful...
lore now.
So with a handful, nay, a fistful of deadly nightshade seeds, you plant them in the asshole of the Horseman death, and they rapidly start growing, filling his rectum and sigmoid colon. What little of it is left, you feel just how decayed and gooey and necrotic everything inside there is. That's the one drawback of choosing to treat him as a sock puppet. And now there are plants in his butthole. Oh, look at what you've accomplished.
Hold on, I'm gonna hop on the new Cammack wiki real quick and update this with this canonical information.
This is in our lore now.
Death has a weak butthole.
Yep.
Especially now that it's been traumatized. Excavo, to shoot Zombie Wally, please give me a dexterity plus firearms roll.
Oh my god.
3 successes.
Dang.
All right.
What a roll.
So 2 of those carry over for damage, is that right?
Yes.
And then what do I roll for damage?
1 second, let me check for your gun. That'll be 6 total dice.
I see 2 10s. 1, 2, 3, 2. 2 successes.
2 successes.
Hey, I did something.
You shoot at Zombie Wally, and you see the bullet ricochet off of his back and hit a wall on the opposite side of the pool. Very demoralizing, I would imagine.
Man.
I thought you were going to say it would
Hard
ricochet off and hit Darby.
I think that would have happened if I had rolled worse than I did. Well, great.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, shooting it's not enough.
So you guys see Death squiggling even harder than he did before, trying to get through the bars, and not succeeding.
Man, this dude sucks at wiggling.
Squiggling.
You gotta know your differences.
He is fairly encumbered right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
quite.
Yikes.
And finally...
With what with seed? Is that...
What?
Yeah. And finally, Wally gets up and finally gets completely out of the water. And that is his whole turn. Wally is now attempting to whip around and slap Darby into the pool.
Okay.
Death is trying even harder to get the fuck through these bars.
I mean...
I bet.
Yep.
How long can this stalemate last? Excavo, do you continue trying to shoot Wally?
So, bullet didn't work. However, the people's elbow did work. I want to switch gears.
Yes!
Oh,
I'm
really?
gonna put on my
Yes!
I'm gonna put on my tonfas, and I'm gonna try and do a people's elbow better than Darby did.
Oh, with the tonfa.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
You will get a damage bonus for that.
Okay, great. That's what I will do.
And I like that you're also gonna be running and possibly jumping over Darby to do
And
this.
also trying to one-up him in something that I'm not as skilled in.
I love it. I mean, I hate it, but I love it.
Augustyn, you've successfully planted Deadly Nightshade in Death's butthole. What comes next?
Oh, God.
I've already done so much with my very brief time in New Cammack. I think I might retire here.
The end.
He's peaked.
But,
Well, folks, that's the end of the story.
With my fist thoroughly inserted and time to think,
Let's not use that word.
I notice how necrotic and decayed the innards are, and it dawns on me that I really want to cast Dance of the Vines on this Deadly Nightshade with the command to burrow its way towards his head.
Hey, Augustyn, do you think like the decaying would make him like good fertilizer? So
That
it
is
would, like
exactly what I'm
enhance
nice.
the
thinking.
growth of the plants.
I like how you think,
I
Arch.
like that.
Let's go.
I'm gonna treat that as like a strike, like a grasping, squeezing sort of thing. You were trying to do damage on the way through the guy's body, right?
The vines will be. I'm going to cast the spell on the vines, and the vines will do the damage on its way through the body.
Gotcha. Gross. Darby, what
Yes?
are you now going to do?
I mean, I'm down there next to Wally, and I'm trying to just get him in a bear hug and wrestle him a la the crocodile hunter. So I'm trying to immobilize Wally and wrap my legs around his tail so he can't attack anyone else with it, and just like whisper in his ear and creep him out. Like, oh yeah, you like that, don't you, you little creep? You little fucker. Yeah, I got you
Okay.
now.
So just holding him to prevent him from moving?
Yeah, I'm immobilizing him.
Okay. And finally, Archibald.
Tell me about this guy's hairstyle. What's his hair doing?
He's
So fucking
wearing
cool.
he's wearing this plain white mask, and
Oh, so we haven't seen a face. He's wearing a white mask. Okay.
correct.
Oh yeah, that's right. We haven't seen his face.
You don't see any hair.
Is there like a wrap or something? Anything? Basically, what I want to do is on it.
Like his whole body's wrapped, right?
Oh yeah, he's a mummy. Duh. Okay. So yeah, I'm grabbing his head, and instead of pulling one of his arms through, I'm gonna reach through, grab his head, pull it backwards, because I want him to see what's happening.
Okay. You're just grabbing the head, so he's looking back at.
I want to grab his head and pull it fully back around, back through the bars like I was, so that he can see what is happening.
What Augustyn is doing to him?
So he's gonna reach through.
Yes.
Hold the head.
Pull him back because he's very stretchy and flexible, as we have learned. And ideally that will be through another bar so that we can do our tying up, and then I would like to interrogate him eventually too.
Oh my god, this is incredible.
Oh,
This man has killed my
I
best
came
friend.
here
I'm
to
like
play a
ready.
nice game, and now look where we've ended up.
It was never nice.
This is going so much better than Pestilence was. At least so far, until like the twist. Well,
This
I
is
guess
really
the twist is right now.
but by the way, I meant to mention this earlier, but I'm just now remembering it. Augustyn, you feel, and you have felt since you dove into the water, a strange sensation in one of your pockets. It feels like pressure and like a light fluttery movement happening in one of your pockets. Your hand reflexively at some point moves toward that pocket, and you feel water flowing rapidly into it.
Do you have a specific plant in your pocket?
So
What
now
would you put
know
in your
that.
pockets, Augustyn?
Uh-oh.
Andy,
What have
what'd
you
do?
done?
So
I assume
Archibald,
it's the same roll as last time, right?
yeah, I believe it's going to be strength plus brawl, and you can add potence to that if you're not burning for potence.
Not bad.
That's 3 successes. And you are fighting against Death's movement that's going in the opposite direction.
Mhm.
So 5 successes.
Oh my God. Jesus.
You reach, your hands actually like get a hold of Death's head, and then once again it's wrenched right out of your hands.
I can't do shit this session.
These rolls, man.
Well, I mean, I actually haven't even been rolling bad. Graham has just been rolling really, really good.
Yeah, that's right. GM rolls out of control. What's up?
Okay, so to grab Wally, give me a strength plus brawl roll.
All those 10s count as
Shit,
actual
don't
doubles.
That's like 10
Oh my God.
successes. 10 successes.
10.
Uh,
10.
You can basically do whatever you want to Wally in the realm of grappling right now. If it does damage, you can control. You have absolute control over Wally's movement, subject to the limitations of your own strength, given that he's a heavy dude.
Do like a Bane and just break his back, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely getting him in a full Nelson, essentially. But my legs have his tail completely immobilized, so he can't attack. And I'm just taunting him, like just whispering in his ear and squeezing the grip tighter and tighter. Like, you thought you were alive again? You're dead. You're gonna get deader. Every second you experience, you're going to be deader than you are right now. And Darby's just squeezing him. Try to move. You can't. You can't. Only where Darby says you can move. And he's just trying to get in his head. And he's a little alligator marionette to Darby at this point.
You get in your element like so perfectly. You slide in and you wrap Wally up. And you're so perfectly executing this hold that you hear a bunch of bones crack as if half of your successes turned into unsoakable damage.
Yes!
You are mushing up Wally to a sickening degree.
just whispering in his ear the whole time.
So Augustyn, give me a thaumaturgy activation roll that is going to be... willpower, so that's 6 dice for you, difficulty of 6.
Well, thaumaturgy activated.
And now give me an occult plus intelligence roll.
2 successes.
Okay, so you get 2 turns where they are active, and they're attempting to do damage with strength. Dexterity is your half.
It would be
your
2 dice again.
I think that's the way I'm reading it. It's your permanent willpower.
Oh, okay.
It just says willpower, which unless if stated otherwise, that is that refers to your permanent willpower rather than your current willpower. So roll 3 dice for me to try to mash up the inside of this poor man that I'm increasingly sympathizing with your plants.
Death Incarnate has your sympathy. We're that fucked up.
A damage.
No.
Nope. No damage, but you can try next time.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, you feel the plants burrowing and squiggling, but they appear to be just following the usual path of the intestines and not yet perforating anything or doing any damage.
Okay. And that floating in my pocket, I'm trying to think. Did you say that was one of my seed pockets?
It's just one of your pockets.
Just one of my pockets.
Do you investigate?
What the fuck magical items do I still have from that damn curio shop?
Yeah, that is the question.
Do you reach into this pocket with your free hand?
Yes. I'm nervous. I'm going to be real shitty at myself if I get pulled into a pocket dimension.
A literal pocket dimension. You feel a canteen. The canteen that you bought at the Quarter Moon Occult Books and Curiosities store. And it is sucking water into it with enough force that your clothes are kind of clinging to its opening.
Very cool.
Oh, can I
suck up all the water?
Oh, God. It's like drinkable water.
No.
Non-potable.
The force that it's like clinging to my clothing.
Just like a drain, the same as like the bottom of a bathtub. Yeah. If you felt the drain.
Suck up all the water.
Mm.
I mean, I guess it's working on it.
It appears to be sucking up water.
I'm trying to think of more creative ways to harm death.
You and me both, bud.
Yeah, I guess I'm just letting it do its thing. I don't know how much space is in there, so I'm just gonna let it keep on, keep it on.
Away from the opening.
Hey, wait, do you have a free turn right now? Try to do what I was doing. Help me tie this guy up.
I'm
You can do that on his next turn.
Yeah, I'm pretty invested in
Oh,
something.
is you already
right now.
doing something for this one? Oh, are you doing another thing? Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna leave it in my pocket. I'm just gonna let it like keep on keeping on. Maybe I can use some shit water for something later on.
It's a storm drain, so unless there's someone's been okay. Excavo, I'm gonna let you swap weapons for free. Give me a dexterity.
So Darby is wrapped around it. Is that correct?
Oh yeah.
This might hurt him then.
I'm thinking.
I'm still gonna do it.
Darby's on the bottom.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and I think that I have enough control to even like tee the alligator up, like soft side up, so you can elbow extra juicy.
You see me get out my.
You get that for free.
All right. Yes.
Give me a dexterity plus melee roll.
Nope.
Not a bunch.
So Darby, just as soon as you get a hold of Wally in this like perfect hold, and you're starting to break his bones, Excavo comes just like screaming down the walkway, and somehow just like teleports her tonfas into her hands and jumps and lands hard right next to both of you.
So just
no.
elbow drops
get
the
hurt?
ground.
You do not get hurt.
I'm just showing you how tough I can be. That was a practice swing.
And I'm here too!
Great. Yeah, I will take whatever is left of my pride and probably try that again next turn.
All right, warm up out of the way. Now here's the real
Yep.
shit.
Warm up. Check.
Death, the now very confused Death, is trying even harder to get out of the bars and to escape whatever you're going to do to his butt next, which is actually going to continue for one more turn, even
No
if
matter
he
what,
escapes.
yeah.
So, Augustyn, please roll. Let's see. That is one success for Death. Please roll your 3 dice to see how well the vines are holding on to him. One
Yes.
success. Death does not escape, but almost does. Just barely. Just barely doesn't. And finally, Wally squirms and issues kind of a complainy sort of sound, but other than that, can't do shit.
Get fucking wrecked, Wally.
Let's go maybe one more round. Wally is squirming and trying to escape you. He's going to have a lot of difficulty, but is trying to wiggle his way out of your hold.
Sure.
Death is once again just trying to get the fuck away from whatever's happening to his ass. Excavo, what's your move?
I would try again. Now that I'm right next to it.
Oh, you get back up and then Tonfa elbow
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
That was a practice run.
Yeah. Just like, if you're golfing, you just swing right above golf ball. Like, just.
Okay. Augustyn, what is your move? Your the vines on the bars are still doing their thing, and I think are going to continue doing their thing for the rest of the scene. The plants in his ass are going to continue doing their thing on their own for one more turn. What are you doing?
Am I still able to touch the plants in his bum?
You didn't say that you pulled your hand out. So, sock puppet.
You just got your hand there?
But Dance of the Vines doesn't scale for scale.
You can roll again so that it's active for more turns.
I'm trying to think, gun is wet, so probably not ideal there.
You can shoot underwater. I'm gonna say the difficulty will be a little higher because there's like a higher chance that it'll jam or whatever, but lots of pistols can shoot underwater.
I'm going to go ahead and attempt one more thaumaturgy roll to extend the Dance of the Vines in his in the good place. We're gonna go ahead and try that.
What, like the back of a Volkswagen?
Yeah. So
Exactly
I'll
like
pop a
that.
blood, and I
That's
need
the
what?
second Mallrats reference we've had in this game.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to cast Dance of the Vines again on that Nightshade while it's doing its thing.
Darby, what are you doing? Are you attempting to hold and continue to do damage?
Yeah, I think Darby was pleasantly surprised about how well that went, and especially when he realized he was hurting, and he is just continuing his psychological and physical oppression of this alligator. And I think this is maybe his catharsis with Thurgood. Like he's crushing down what little left of Thurgood there is in his mind, and is just squeezing all that hate into the alligator, to Wally.
Okay, and finally, Archibald, what is your move?
Changing tactics. Since what I've been doing hasn't been working, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to use my sledgehammer and break this man's legs so that if he gets through, he's not going very far. Or so I break one and then easily grab that and tie it around without any resistance.
Now, you did notice when you saw him in the other room and he was leaving, you did notice that, like, dude already walks really slowly. He was, like, shuffling his way out, and the only reason, like, you didn't immediately catch up with him was because it kind of seemed like he turned invisible or something like that. So you couldn't tell where he was before he jumped into the water. So, for what it's worth, figure you could already outrun him.
Yeah, but I don't want him to get through this grate either. Like, I'm still going to do that because I have way more sledgehammer dice.
I'll say difficulty will be a little higher because you're trying to swing something underwater. But How
fast is Andy's thing sucking it up?
The water?
Yeah.
Same as like a bathtub drain, pretty much.
Okay, so it'd be pretty slow. Okay, still gonna do it.
All right, so
What's
give
the
me
difficulty?
a dexterity plus melee roll, difficulty 7.
Okay, so this is my specialty. So we're gonna see what happens here. Crossing my fingers for one good roll tonight.
Oh no!
Of course.
Shit.
0 successes.
Great.
Not
very
a botch.
Cool. This is a cool, fun game that I enjoy very much. I love it.
Yes, you do so much. You're so productive during this game.
And from my perspective, all of these rolls that have like no successes, none of them have been botches. So like nothing funny even happened, because I was going to have you like hit Augustyn or something, but that can't even happen because he just got 0 successes. Not a botch. So you swing a sledgehammer down and it bangs off of one of the bars, which rings, and
And then Archibald slowly turns and starts walking home.
I like that face on Graham.
The bar that you hit breaks a little bit. Like on one, the whole thing doesn't come off, but like the lower part of it kind of snaps off. So now it's not solidly connected on the top and bottom. It's sort of bent inward a little bit. Darby, give me a strength plus potence plus brawl roll again.
I think that is 7 successes.
7 successes. For damage, it'll be strength plus potence plus 6. And this one will be soakable because it's not the amazing 10 success roll.
Right. 2 successes on 13 dice. That's what the statistics would predict. And he'll just use a quick 7 dice to soak.
Only soaked one of those. All right, you squeeze zombie Wally even harder, and you hear more stuff cracking and snapping inside of him. Augustyn, what? Oh, yeah. Give me I don't think you need to roll willpower again because you're just continuing an already activated power. So just give me an intelligence plus occult roll to see how many more turns you can extend this burrowing effect that this plant is commanded to have.
2 additional turns.
Uh-huh.
Excavo, give me a dexterity plus melee roll.
1.
Hold on a second. Wally is immobile, and that makes
Do I
a
get a
difference.
benefit?
Roll 2 more dice. Oh, wait, no. Automatic success if they're completely immobilized, which he is. So
Oh, never mind. Ignore that.
I think you can still... I'm going to let you still have... How many successes were those 2?
The extra 2, they were both 8s.
Okay, let's say 2 other successes carry over. So give me strength plus 2, so strength plus 4 for damage.
Strength is 2, so I roll 6 dice in total. All right. 4.
And 2 of those are soaked, so you do 2 damage.
Yay!
Describe your attack. How do you do this attack?
I mean, I get up, kind of dust myself off. All right, I'm ready for the real one. And I can grip it, and I jump, I'm standing right next to it, so I just jump up enough to get some air, and then, yes, right down onto its head.
You jump up into the air with your tonfa, and as you slam your elbow down into Wally's head, which is the thing to do, you feel... Not only does the head crack and soften, you feel your elbow fully enter into Wally's skull, passing through his brain, fully into his lower jaw, after which Zombie Wally twitches and stops moving. You seem to have destroyed his brain and killed Zombie Wally.
And the last thing he hears before, the last thing that goes through his head before Excavo's elbow is just some more parting words from Darby. Goodbye, you British bastard. Your body is mine.
Je le fais! I did it.
You're not going to hit him with the see you later, alligator?
After a while, crocodile.
There you go.
No, I'm not.
So, Death is now squiggling once again. And with 5 successes, Death got more successes than Augustyn's grasping vines could achieve. And Death successfully squiggles out.
You gotta shoot your shot, man.
Really?
They did. So as Death successfully pops his
After
way,
me unable to get 5 different attempts to grab hold of this guy.
After he pops his way out of the bars, there's a last desperate attempt for the vines to sort of grasp at him, and you see them trying their best, trying to do what Daddy told them to do, and just barely not able to grasp onto his legs as they sort of feebly kick away and put him just barely out of reach.
Okay. Do I still need to roll for this round's worth of internal damage?
Oh shit! Yes, you do. Give me, that is 3 dice. No successes there,
Ooh.
but do me a favor and roll 3 dice 2 more times. Okay, 1 success, and then also 1
Damn!
success.
I have been having balls
Yikes.
luck on that. Oh well.
Heard that.
And let me check something real quick. Cool.
Choo.
You assume that the vines did great. And he's probably dead.
Oh.
So, with Death on the other side of the bars, and it not being straightforward how you can immediately interact with him, and with Zombie Wally being dead again, I think at the moment, unless if someone has a really clever idea, we are out of combat. And what is everyone's immediate moves?
I have one idea. This is my last remaining final gambit.
Mm-hmm.
You know how he's a mummy, right?
Sure.
Is there like a little cloth dangling from his leg that I can hold on as he runs away so he unravels himself?
I'm gonna say that's not all that unlikely.
I would like to hang on to one and have him unravel himself. And that turns out he was only the cloths all along, and then he's just gone.
I'm going to roll a die on an 8, 9, or 10. That is what happens.
I'm glad you're rolling it, because I haven't been rolling really well. Of course, it would be one off from that.
Nope.
Unfortunately.
Just out of reach. I think this is a good stopping point. And in the next session, perhaps you can come up with some clever way to reach, catch up to, flank, and otherwise keep death from actually escaping.
Cool.
We've defeated death once. We'll do it again.
I mean, you've definitely done memorable things to death. To this death, the Horseman death.
Yeah.
He's not going to forget this encounter.
Okay, as far as leveling up, spending EXP, is there anything I can put points into that would help with dice rolls? Perhaps is there a box I have not ticked there?
Yeah.
Have you tried filleting the GM?
There are attributes and abilities, and remember, you can spend willpower to get automatic successes in rolls, and you can spend experience points to get more willpower.
I should have done that. I didn't know willpower was a thing.
Burning a blood for potence is really strong for all this physical stuff you're doing too. We talked about it earlier, but guaranteeing two automatic successes is incredibly strong before you roll.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that was an option. Dang. Would have definitely
each dot of your potence, every time you burn a blood, you get that many successes in your next roll.
Yeah, you can you can spend blood to turn your potence dots into automatic successes. Also, you can spend blood to temporarily increase any of your physical stats. You pick either strength, dexterity, or stamina. Up to your generational maximum, which is 5, you can... I think the way it works is you can burn 1 blood to get 1 extra dot somewhere for the rest of the scene. You can also go past your generational maximum for 1 turn. I think is how that works. Let me check that real quick.
Things that would have been good to know.
Yeah, you can do that. It can actually be up to your generational maximum plus 1 for the rest of the scene. So if you just want to dump blood into being really strong, you can burn blood until your strength is 6 for the rest of the scene.
And then you get to go 6 plus 2 for potence and roll 8 for any strength check.
That's the other melee stuff. Yeah, that'd be wild.
Exactly.
And then I would get 71s.
Right.
And you can actually increase any physical attributes to 10 if you burn enough blood that any attribute can be increased to a maximum of 10, but when the character stops spending blood to increase their attributes, they have 3 turns remaining before their physical attributes revert back to the cap plus 1 limit. So you can spend 1 blood per turn. So if you want to get to 10 strength, then you would burn 1 blood per turn, and you could do that while you were doing other physical actions. It's like a reflexive thing, and it would take you 7 turns to get up to 10 strength, at which point you will have 10 strength for 3 turns.
Wow.
And on the turn after that, you'll revert back to 6 strength. So if you just want to dump, like I said, like 10 blood into being super strong, that is how you can do that. And on top of that,
I'm not even sure super strong even really describes what 10 strength is. Like 10 strength is absurd. Like already we're
Superman.
Superhero strong. 10 strength is like Superman. Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, get ready for next time, because I'm gonna do that probably.
It also makes a lot of sense. You can instead put all those into dexterity. That means all of your attacks are very likely to not only hit, but have extra successes that roll over into damage. If you're really strong but you have no dexterity, then you might miss your to hit roll, and then the strength is like wasted. But that sucks up a lot of blood, and you have limited blood, so that's the trade-off.
Also, for you, because you have 2 dots of celerity, if you burn 1 blood, you get to take 3 actions with all of your dice.
Actually,
so that
I think it's
you.
I checked out. I think it is one blood per extra action that you want to take, like per dot that you want to convert into an extra action.
I see. Even still, so 2 blood, and then now you can take 3 essentially 3 actions, 1 right away and 2 at the end of your turn. And so that essentially triples the amount of dice that you get to bring to beating on someone or whatever, sickling.
And normally you can only burn 1 blood per turn, according to your generation, but that doesn't apply to celerity.
Speaking of, how much does it cost to raise a discipline?
Discipline is current. If it's your in-clan discipline, it's your current level times 5.
Okay, so potence or celerity, I could raise 1 right now. And I think I will go with potence, so I can do those automatic successes, but I'm going to actually start taking advantage of that at some point.
Okay. 3rd dot of potence?
Yep. Because I've been doing a lot of potency kinds of things.
Yeah, I mean, I think just burn more blood. Like
I think that's really, what I gotta do.
It's awesome. That's what makes vampires able to do all of our fancy shit. So don't be afraid. You got 15 points and you can refill it.
Downside to that, though, is
I could die.
People tend to get frenzy-y when they're hungry. If you're totally out of blood, you don't die, but you're really prone to frenzy, and if anything calls for you to spend blood, you instead lose a health level, including like waking up when the sun sets. But you don't like die if you're out of blood. You just are fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 3 dots of potence.
Sick.
Next up, 24 points for Augustyn. You want to sit on that and think about what new...
You have 24 points?
I'm still trying to work out... I promised with Graham that this week I'm going to sit down and actually...
Oh, yeah, the special path.
How many points would it... Or how much XP would it cost me to get an extra point in Brawl?
That is... a new ability will be 3 points.
I have one.
You already have 1, so that's it's actually going to be 2 points to get your 2nd dot in Brawl.
I would like to get a 2nd dot in Brawl. I feel like I goofed with the Tontos today, and I have a vested interest in making Dance of the Vines a little more effective.
In so doing, your the plants that you animate will have 1 more die for their rolls.
Hells to the yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That is very cool.
Nice.
All right, and the rest of your experience points you're going to...
I'm going to hoard the shit out of them.
Are you still on the fence between learning a different path from the other Tremere versus coming up with an alternate 5th level green path power?
A little bit. I just need to think about it. I'm a bit sleepless and my cognitive retention is nil right now. If we did an alternate or a secondary 5th level green path, the only thing I could think of would be something to the effect of effectively altering how the roles for things like Dance of Vines or Awaken the Forest Ancients work, and tying them to something that I have more specialization in, instead of like my ability to fight, which is nil.
Yeah, I suggested that one of the new powers could be something that just augments anything else. Like I suggested, like one of them could be just your new power is you get to double any one numerical value in the description of another power.
Yeah, something like that I think could be very cool, but I want to, if it's all right with you, I'm going to go ahead and read through the suggestions you've given and like
Sure.
Approach you about it when I've slept.
And honestly, like the first level or two of other paths of thaumaturgy, there's a lot of useful stuff. Like the first level of the Path of Elemental Mastery, just if I remember right, it just boosts your physical stats fairly significantly. So that's the thing. But you should stay true to your character, and if he's on one path, then yeah, stick with it.
I appreciate it.
Though Elemental Mastery isn't that far off from like the theme of the green path.
No, I absolutely agree. I mean, honestly, if it provides a stat boost in those areas that I need to make those spells better, then, like, that's pretty fucking enticing. Not gonna lie.
I'm not sure if boosting your physical stats will help with... like, I think it boosts your strength, like your physical attributes, but not any abilities.
Oh, got you. Okay.
I don't think there would be, like, synergy between the two.
Less enticing. That's okay.
Okay, well, there's plenty of time to think about it.
I
Darby
appreciate
has
that.
6 points to spend.
I think I talked last time about what I was saving up for, and I don't really remember what I said.
Shit, you did. You can... What are the Ventru clan disciplines? I forget. Dominate, Fortitude, and Presence.
I think I was contemplating saving up for a 3rd level of Fortitude, but nothing ever hurts me. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm so reckless and offensive that I take extremely little attacks even, let alone damage. And I already have 2 dots of Fortitude and a bunch of stamina. 3 dots
you
of
have
stamina.
soak pool of 5 against normal damage.
Which hasn't even really come into play at this point. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure where I want to go. The last thing I bought was an additional willpower point. I believe.
Yeah. You can get the first level of Presence. You can afford the 2nd dot of Dominate.
For 5.
Remind me what that one is.
That is Mesmerize. That is, you get to give someone complex commands that can be more than just one word, and they can also be like subliminal or like based on a trigger instead of something they have to do immediately. It's basically like a better version of command.
When is the last time I upgraded dexterity?
Session 13. You can do that again if you want.
It's 4 times current level. Is that correct? Because I don't have quite enough, or I don't have enough. But
You need
it would be a
16.
goal. So, but that would be a pretty reasonable goal. That's a long time. 5 sessions before I would have enough for that.
But by the end of this fight, you might have that much.
Oh, that's so true. This fight is endless. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna chill for now. I can't think of anything particularly immediately useful or that I've immediately earned. I think the extra point of willpower was very appropriate. I'm glad I bought that. But I think I'm probably just gonna hold and maybe save for Dex unless something else good comes up between now and then.
Okie doke.
5th point of Dex would be so strong.
Excavo is sitting on 11 points. What are your priorities?
I am going to get the 3rd point in Obfuscate, which will give me the Mask of 1,000 Faces.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So strong.
I will allow it. So that is 10 points. Now, what is your understanding of how this power works?
I have it pulled up here, actually, so I was curious. Buddy, stop yelling at me. Okay, come here. Fine. All right. So, with this power, I have to know what I want to do or who I want to try and portray, but depending on my successes, I can just look like a whole different person or just have some features changed and anything in between, depending on my successes.
Yeah, you can, depending on your number of successes, you can look like more or less like someone else, like how you want to appear. Also, you can, is this in this version of the game?
Where you can affect your appearance, social stat.
No, I was thinking where my interpretation of the original meaning of Mask of a Thousand Faces is the default version of it is your appearance is so bland and generic.
Oh,
that
yeah.
no one can recognize or like remember and describe you. So that's also an option instead of like looking like someone specific. It's worth.
But I feel like
that,
Excavo would hate that.
Quite possibly.
Being unrecognizable to people, being bland and unremarkable. That sounds like hell to Excavo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you activate it, you roll to see how well you do, and you may need to burn blood if you're trying to like raise your appearance to someone else who's like much better looking than you. You need to roll manipulation plus performance. For you don't have performance.
Yeah,
you have 4 dots in manipulation. Your manipulation specialty.
I know, that's gonna be my next thing. Is once I get 2 more points.
Well, I'm going to say I think your specialty of persuasion kind of applies to this.
That makes sense. Convincing someone you're someone else.
So I'm going to say when you do Mask of a Thousand Faces, you can apply your specialization and get 2 successes if you roll 10.
Double crit.
Mm.
Cool. What did we think of this session? Was this fun? We're going to kill death next session?
I'm going to try and kill death.
It was frustrating. I think nobody likes rolling bad, not being able to do what they want to do. I feel like our storyteller was getting hit in the face with the dice tonight. Couldn't go wrong. So yeah, I hope we're more competent next time. I also forget about some of those stat improving things, and they make such a big difference in these long combats, especially the stuff you can do at the beginning of combat that lasts the whole time. Like just like buff yourself up and be better for every roll for the whole scene. We got to do that shit more. It's so incredibly strong.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps it worked out perfectly because you saved all of your willpower and all of your blood for all 4 of you going in on trying to stop just death together and not being distracted by Wally.
Was Wally meant to be that hard of a target to kill, or did we just like particularly suck at killing him?
He was meant to be a significant mini boss. I mean, if we look at his card here, he has quite a lot of health going on. But yeah, all of it was you got through all this.
7 soaked dice is hard.
This might be a dumb question, but for the next fight, are there theoretically still just like nightshade vines chilling inside death? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you might look up and see him pulling stuff out of his ass.
I mean, if he's dead,
you
he
might
not
not.
even
Maybe
notice.
he has other priorities.
I'm curious.
I mean, if you're running for your life, would you?
Right. So I mean,
it probably feels like a wedgie, which he would be unfamiliar with, not wearing underwear.
So I mean, theoretically, I already have some of my combat prepared in him.
That's
for next
right.
time.
Just let it grow.
No, awesome session. Love you guys.
Later, y'all.
Bye.
Love you too. Happy New Year.
We did it. We overcame our technical challenges.
We did.
You were such a needy boy, standing down there yelling at me. Why are you such a needy boy?
Brr. Why are you a needy little boy? Come here. Oh, I got you. Oh, I got you so good. I got you so good. Oh my goodness, you are such a good boy and I fucking love you.